So once you found the property, how are you going to buy it? How to buy these properties for cheap. So buying it at a foreclosure auction, every auction works a little bit different. They're typically online, and do require some type of account to make a bid. Some require you to have an agent represent you and have that agent bid on your behalf, and others it's just open for anybody to make their bid. Depending on the property's condition, it is going to depend on if and the lender's preference, of course, if the property is going to accept anything other than cash offers. Some that's all they'll accept. And so you'll have to prove that you have the cash to, win the property. But they're set up, to capture the bid, much like, eBay, if you're familiar with that. They just capture bids until a certain deadline. Sometimes you can see the max bid. And then at the end of the bid time, the auction time, the highest bidder wins. Then they process the paperwork. But there's plenty of times where the buyer, the highest bidder doesn't turn in paperwork or something timely, and that property is right back on the auction site in a few days. And then there's also types of auctions where they give you a deadline to submit your bids, and then after that time period, we'll announce who wins the property, who they've selected, whose offer they've selected. And it's not always the highest bid, it's or highest offer, or highest purchase price even. It could be what's the best offer for the lender's goals. They do tend to favor those cash buyers, and that's typically because they come with those clean offers, they can close quick, it's just one and done, and let's get it off the books. What happens if those foreclosure properties don't sell for some reason at these auctions? Then they're flipped over into REO, real estate owned, and then the lender, the bank, the person that owns the property, now they're selling it, right? And sometimes it's a price that's even less than when it was at the auction, just because they know that auction price didn't get any buyers. And I've seen this a lot with the government loans. They're transferred to the REO department, and they pop up on the market a couple months after the auction ends at a typically lower price. And the process is not really different from a traditional sale. You likely get to tour the property, do a visual inspection, stuff like that, so you can run your numbers. But again, they are going to really prefer or give preference to those cash buyers. Clean offer, no contingencies, and somebody who can close quickly. Time is money for them. These properties are probably costing them money, maybe at this point. And so all those things are still going to be hold true because it's a business, they're owns the property and is selling it. I do hope that the information I shared with you that I've learned over, the past few years, the foreclosure process, why they're so cheap, how to find them, how to buy them, it actually helps you with whatever you're working with. And I do wish you best of luck in those house hunting adventures.
If you want to sell your house very fast for cash, then HouseCashin gets the cash flowing.